Hi, this is Dave, Front Porch Ideas and More. Hey, if you have a drainage problem around your porch, we may have a solution for you. Now, every situation is different, so not any one type of solution is going to fit all problems. But here's something I'm doing that might help you if you have a similar type situation. If you have an area, downspout coming off your porch, and you have a flat area, and water just isn't moving anywhere, and you have nowhere to put the water, then a couple of methods, you could use a couple methods. You could bury plastic tubing underneath the ground and it would drain into that, and you could have it go out into another area of your yard or somewhere that's not going to hurt anybody else's property to do that. That's not always the case that you can do that. So I'm going to show you kind of a French drain type solution that just may work for your porch. But before we start, there's a couple of things I need to make stress real important. That's real important. Number one, whenever you dig in your yard, you need to call utility companies so that they can come out and mark any electric or gas or cable lines. No one wakes up in the morning saying, hey, today I'm going to have an accident. So no matter how smart you think you are, if you look at this area right here, no one would ever think that there's anything right here. But if I started digging, not too far into this ground is a gas line to our house. So that would not be good if I was digging here and didn't know that. So make sure that you call utility companies and they mark before you dig. And the second thing is that what I'm going to show you is a solution. We cannot guarantee the same results for you. I don't know how good you are at doing projects. I have no idea what situation you have going on in your home. So there's no way that we can be responsible for being the same. I want to show you an idea. You can use that idea for your house, but results vary. So come with me and I'll show you what I'm doing in order to get rid of some water, standing water on my yard. All right, my situation is I have an air conditioner unit. It drains in the summer quite a bit. And so what it does is this is a fairly flat yard and the water comes over my grass and it keeps us just too wet. So to resolve that issue, and this is the same thing you can use around your porch if you have a similar situation with a downspout, is to create somewhat of a French drain system. And what that is I'm digging a hole and I'm on kind of a drainage ditch, and I'm going to dig this fairly deep, and then I'm going to fill it almost 3/4 of the way up with stone. And then over top of that, I'll put dirt and put the grass back in, and I'll have the pipe run into that ditch, and the water will run into the stone. The stone will filtrate it down to the bottom of it, where it will have time then to soak into the surrounding soil and not above my soil. So if you have a similar type situation, this might be ideal, especially since I can't run a big black pipe out there. That won't be feasible for my yard. So continue and show you as we go along the progress I'm making. All right, so after a little bit of time, we finally have our trench dug, and I made a sump at the bottom of it. And the sump is to collect the water as it comes off the downspout of the pipe of the air conditioner unit, and it flows into my stone. It'll flow all the way down to my sump, and it'll hold the sump area slowly into the ground, so that this area will stay a lot more dry than it has been. So this is the big sump for this. I have a little flat area. It stays wet, so I'm using it for water runoff at the same time. If you're doing it around your porch, you don't need necessarily to do it this big at all. So since I do it, I always do it right, do it big. So I don't think I'll have a problem for many years on this deal. But for you, for doing a simple drain, French drain off of a downspout from your porch, you don't need to have it this big at all for that. But it does help, and it's something you can use. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up with stone to about 4 or 5 inches from the top, and then we'll put dirt and we'll be set to go. So my next step is to fill it up with stone. Okay, the hole is dug. The stone has been filled in, and now what I'm going to do is put some topsoil. Fill it in with topsoil so I can either put some sod that I have or grass seed if you need to. Keep it wet and grow that. And then the next thing after I put the topsoil in, just the drain over here on the air conditioner unit and extend that out and stick it down into the gravel. And so the water will run through that gravel down to the sump, where it will dissipate through the yard as time goes on. So now for the dirt. Hey, we're finished at last. So what we did is, as you saw before, we filled the hole up with stones to about 4 inches above to the surface. Then I backfilled it with dirt, and I put grass seed on there, and I'll keep it watered, and pretty soon it'll be covered in grass, and no one will know that there is a drainage a sump underneath the ground right here. In addition, I went ahead and extended my drainage pipe from the air conditioner unit to drain into that sump area. I've left gravel here. You wouldn't have to. You could add grass right on top of that and do that, but in my case, I'm adding some gravel. I wash off this patio area. It's a little bit easier for me just to do it that way and let it drain right down into there. If this was in my front porch, and near my front porch, I'd probably have grass all the way up to the edge of it. But you can use a similar type idea for a drainage area near your house. Again, the results vary. Depends how much you dig, your soil, all kinds of different situations. So there's just one way. Feel free to use it. This is Dave, Front Porch Ideas and More.